Hey, welcome back. Today we're doing a little chit chat. Get ready with me. I'm gonna do my makeup. We're gonna have a little girl time. I wanna actually talk about some crazy stories I have. So there's two. I have two client horror stories. So by the title, you could tell that's what we're talking about. So if you wanna see me get ready, see what happens in my crazy little day, keep on watching. All right, so for today, we're talking about clients. You win some, you lose some, right? It just is the way it is. But some people really just try to take advantage. So being a brand new business owner or anything, there are going to be people who try to take advantage of you. And that's what I'm learning. I just opened my business back in December. And actually my very first client tried to take advantage of me. My very first stranger that I ever took. What happened was she found me on Instagram. I didn't run any ads at the time, but I was doing like going through Instagram and just following a bunch of people and like praying that they follow back. That was basically like my method when I first opened. Most of the pictures on my page at that time were just family and friends. I was working out of my house, so I really didn't like allow strangers to come in. So that was the very first stranger I took. She wanted a hybrid lash set. And oh my goodness, I was so nervous, right? So she came in and super sweet girl. Super sweet girl. Seemed like it anyways. And I did her set and everything went smooth, I thought anyways. So I actually rushed to get the studio ready because she asked for an appointment a couple days before I was ready to open. I asked her, I was like, is it okay if I take before and after photos? Because like I said before, this is my very first client. I didn't have everything in place. I really wasn't ready. I didn't have client intake forms. So I didn't have any consent forms as far as like picture consents, before and afters, blah, blah, blah. I just, she was the only client for the day. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, is it okay if I take a couple pictures? She was like, yeah, sure. Like, it's okay. She laid there. She posed for the picture. Lashes came out beautiful. I was able to do a beautiful before and after picture. Like, I was so excited to post this on Instagram and start promoting it or advertising it, like paying for advertisement. So I literally spent almost the whole day like editing the pictures and looking, like making sure it was perfect because I absolutely loved, like I said, I loved the way these lashes came out. So I spent all day, making it perfect. And it came out, when I tell you perfect. And she also had like really pretty eyes. Oh, I was like so excited. So then I go to post a picture. It's getting a bunch of likes, like it's cool. I go to promote it and Instagram says no, like Instagram flags it and says that I couldn't promote the picture. It was literally her eyeballs. Instagram was like, no, like they didn't say no like that. They sent me like a little email or whatever and they said that they couldn't advertise my picture because it was, I guess they have like some kind of, I don't know what it's called, like community guidelines or whatever. And that was another thing that it said. It said it was a before and after photo of unlikely results. Like, how are eyelash extensions unlikely results? So I explained all that to them. I'm like, listen, it's just an eyeball. It's a before and after of my work. This is what I do for a living. And I just want to advertise my work to other people so I can gain more clients. A couple days later, they said, okay. They let me promote the post. So the post promoted to her. So I guess she's seeing this post on her feed and it's a picture of her eyes, but only she would know that. Nobody else will really know that it's her eyes, but she sees it. She messages me and she's like, hey girl, can we talk? I'm like, yeah, sure. I didn't think anything was wrong. I'm like, yeah, sure. Of course we can talk. Like, what's up? And she's like, well, I didn't sign any release consent form that you can use my photos. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. Like, that was my very first day open. Like I asked you before I took the picture if it was okay to take like before and after pictures and post them, whatever. And she was like, yeah, but, I didn't sign anything, basically. So basically, I took it as like she was threatening to sue me because she didn't sign anything. So I was like, you know, like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. I'll take it down, whatever. She's like, no, 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 it's okay. Can you give me a free refill? And being scared old me, I'm like, yeah, like, I'll give you a free refill. Like, you know, I didn't want to upset any of my clients. Whatever, like, I'll take the L, I'll give her a free refill. So my heart is racing. I feel terrible. I'm like, you know, my very first client, I already messed up. What am I gonna do? You know, I've never ran a business. I don't understand like how that works. I've always worked for somebody or, you know, by somebody else's rules, and I didn't realize that I'm able to make my own rules. Like, yes, I was wrong. I didn't have her sign a consent form, but no, you cannot bribe me for free services. Like, no. So I ended up just feeling like crap, to be completely honest. And then I messaged her. I was like, listen, I'm really not going to take you as a client anymore. Like, I think it's best that we just don't work together anymore. Like, I really just didn't want to be in that situation where I felt like on eggshells with somebody. Like, this is my business. Just as much as like you guys are able to choose me, I can choose you. And if you made me feel uncomfortable over a before and after picture, like, God knows what else you had up your sleeve or what else you were going to do to my business. So I just caught my losses. So I let her know that no, I will not be doing the service, and let her on her merry way. I don't know what you're capable of, what you're thinking. You start with a free step, but then what? Like, I just can't put myself in that predicament. So that was the end of that one. My second client, I only have two real, you know, interesting, I call them horror stories, but they're really not that bad. And working in a service industry, you're going to have people who don't like your work. You're going to have people who find something to complain about. And that's okay. You know, it comes with the territory, whatever. And so anyways, I'm just going to get into the story. This lady came in for a leg wax. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've only done like 2 leg waxes before. Like, at that time, like, that's it. That's all I've done. But she comes in and she's like, what did she say? She said that she had gotten her legs waxed before and they used roll-on wax, and she said that she was complaining that her hair grew back really fast and like she felt like they were breaking the hairs and she was getting a lot of ingrowns, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, like, I'll take care of you. Like, I'm going to do hard wax because that's all I have. I only use hard wax. I use hard wax for everything. So I was like, okay, no problem. I'll do the hard wax. That's all I got. So she was like, okay. She sat there. Legs take forever, first of all. Legs take forever. And I went in with a fine-tooth comb. Like, I waxed and I waxed and I waxed till I couldn't see any more hair. And, you know, it was pretty hairy. Like, there was hair on those legs. So I went in and I waxed and I waxed and I waxed. And I thought I did a good job. 4 days later, 4 days, not 2, not 1, 4 days later, she messages me and she's like, it's been 4 days since I had a wax from you, and my hair's already growing back, and I have to fix this mess because this is very unprofessional of you to leave me like this. First of all, lady, you already said that your previous waxer makes you hairy. So this sounds like a trend. Like, you're used to doing this. So she was like, it's so unprofessional of you. Like, how can you leave me like this? So at that point, I was like, I don't even care. Like, I do have a policy in place that's no refunds. Like, I have a no refund policy. It's on my website. I don't do refunds for any reason. But I really didn't feel like going back and forth with her. I just prefer to give you your money and block you. I spent my time and my product on you, and you just want to complain and call me unprofessional, but you didn't feel that way when you were in my room. It took you 4 days to say something. So clearly your hair grows quick. I cannot control how fast your hair grows. Like, it's getting me like worked up because I'm like, dang, like, it ain't my fault you're hairy. Anyways, so I was like, whatever. I was like, would you like a refund? And she was like, yeah, that's the least you can do, you know, because I'm going to have to get this fixed. Like, girl, there's a lot going on in this world. Your hairy legs are like not that important. But since you want to, you know, pick a fight, make a fuss, fine. So I was like, okay, what's your Zelle? Or do you have Zelle? She said, yeah. She gave me the number. I literally like sent her the money and just called it quits. I want to be real with you guys because like I'm new to this. I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to my business. Like I said, I started in December and then I had to close in March for 3 months and then I'm back at it. And I'm scared. Like I'm scared of a bad review. I'm scared of people like not liking my service. And I know it comes with the territory. I don't know. Moral of the story is you can't please everybody. And I'm sure you guys know that like at a regular 9 to 5, like you're going to have upset customers. I even used to work at a call center and people didn't even see my face and they find the need to be rude. Like there's no real attachment to anybody. People just, everybody's not going to like you. And that's something that I have to learn because I do my best to be the best for everybody that sits in my chair or wants a service from me or even a friend or family member. Like I try to be there for everybody. And sometimes like I see in this industry, like you need tough skin. The best of the best have bad reviews. Like I felt terrible because I'm like, oh my God, like I'm sure she's going to leave me a bad review. Like, what am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. Thank goodness, you know, she didn't. But I literally spent the whole entire day looking at celebrity makeup artists and Kelly Baker brows and looking at all kinds of just really successful people in the beauty industry. And come to find out, like, nobody has 5 stars flat. There's people who are not gonna like you. And that's something that I really have to learn and have to take into consideration, putting myself on YouTube, putting myself into my business and into my work. People are not gonna like you, and I'm not gonna be the perfect fit for everybody. But I wanna be the best that I can possibly be. So that's what I wanna take away from this. Client horror stories are fun. I wish that nobody has to go through it. I know these aren't like the worst thing that can happen, but it hurt my feelings. Like, so I just have to learn how to be a little stronger. And if my story can help you, I'm happy. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me. But other than that, thank you so much for watching and love always.